Ultima Podcast addresses mental and emotional health through a biblical lens. We will go through the Bible and glean principles and strategies that we can apply to our everyday lives. In Genesis 6, verse 9, we're told the story that Noah was a righteous man, lived blameless among the people of his time, and walked faithfully with God. From what we can infer from the description of Noah is that he was a member of society but also estranged from it. From what we know and understand as we read through the scriptures, being cool with God usually means people don't like you. Now we justify and gloss over this reality with scripture. For instance, with scriptures, no weapon formed against you shall prosper in Isaiah 54:17, or I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, Philippians 4:13. But for the purpose and aim of this podcast, we will explore and identify the internal world we face when we find ourselves in favor with God and in friction with people. Understanding this aspect gives us insight to what we see when Noah ends up naked and drunk. It says that God sees the corruption of the world and comes to Noah and says, "Listen," I'm paraphrasing, "I'm about to destroy everything, humans and the earth. Make yourself an ark." I tell people that if it had not been for SAS, the Sexual Abuse Survivors Ministry at my church, I don't believe I would have made it through the death of my first wife. It seems counterintuitive, but the experience of going through recovery from childhood sexual abuse prepared me and equipped me with the tools to make it through the devastation and grief of becoming a widow at a young age. But in being prepared for this life-altering event of losing my wife, I had to take on this enormous undertaking. I had to face the sexual trauma that I experienced as a child.